I had just graduated from high school, been out about a year, gotten on at Santa Fe, my first big job. Was living in an apartment with a couple of roommates on Western, just south of Huntoon, and I can't remember, but it was a big old two-story house converted into an upstairs and downstairs apartments. Anyway, I was moving to a duplex on Harrison, just south of Huntoon, with a new roommate, and we were over there painting and getting it ready to move in. And my mom and dad were there to help us, and the sirens went off, and being naive, we went out on the front porch to look to see what was happening, and actually started hearing it. So my dad and my roommate and I ran back into the apartment, back through into the kitchen, which had a huge, huge window to the backyard, and all we could see was dirt and debris. Literally leaped into the basement, which was an old dirt basement. And my mother was down there along with the woman who lived next door in the duplex, and I think the little boy was 7. They were already down there. We get down there, we put the little boy in the middle, and we all held hands and kind of leaned over to try and protect him. The tornado lifted the duplex up off of the foundation and moved it, and in the process dumped a lot of insulation, dirt, rain, mud down on top of us, but no one was hurt. My experience with that was, if you want to replicate it, take 2 vacuum cleaner hoses, put them up to each ear, and turn it on, and that you'll know the pressure and the suction and the noise. And it was over, I'm sure, in no time, but it felt like forever when it was happening. Came out of the basement. My mom and dad had a large Buick parked out front, and there was a tree with a trunk about this big sitting in the trunk of their car, so the car was at an angle like this. Walked up to 10th and Topeka, and I can't remember now the gas station. I thought I would never forget, but I think it might have been Connors or a Conoco, I can't remember. The owner saw us and wanted to take us to the emergency room. We said, no, we're fine. We're just trying to figure out how to get out of here. And he gave us the keys to his truck. He had never seen us before in his entire life. But we managed to go through some yards and stuff because trees were down, electrical was down. We got back to the duplex where we were working on. A friend of mine had seen the tornado coming, knew we were at the duplex, and had followed it. He'd been at Southwest Bowl, followed the tornado to our apartment. He got us all loaded up and took us back to my mom and dad's. We took the truck back to the service station owner, thanked him profusely. We decided, well, let's go back to my original apartment and get cleaned up, whatever. We get back and the National Guard are there and it's totally blacked out. And I said, but I need to get in because I lived there. And the National Guardman said, you don't anymore.